Welcome to Unit 1 in our Latin American Studies course. I will typically make a video just to go over all of the requirements for each unit and usually give a brief introduction to kind of what I was thinking in terms of putting together the specific course materials that I did for that particular unit. So for Unit 1, many of us have already begun this one. What we're doing here is we're getting familiar with all of the different online tools we'll be using for the course. Please ask questions anytime you have them. I understand that many of us don't have experience with things like Slack, Twitter, WordPress, and I'm always more than happy to help out. Please check out the assignment instructions link in the course menu, because that's where all of the video tutorials that I've created are housed. So you can go there and you can find a video for how to use Slack, how to get started on Twitter. I did not make one for WordPress because I think it's fairly straightforward. But again, if you find that's not true, let me know. And I'll help you out with any questions you have there. With WordPress, the only possible hang-up, I think, is that there are options, I should say, to purchase a WordPress site. You don't have to do that for this class. Please don't do that. Just use the free version, which is available there as well. So make sure you keep everything free on WordPress. There's also a tutorial on the Google Earth Tour Builder. We'll be doing that for Unit 2. So in a few weeks, you'll have your tour of Latin America due. Please look ahead to that. I haven't yet completed the learning module for Unit 2. I'm hoping to have that finalized and up within the next couple of days, but you can already look ahead at the geography assignment instructions, as well as see that due date in the course schedule at the end of the syllabus. So be planning ahead for that, and if you have questions about how to use the tour builder, please let me know. In terms of what we want to think about relative to Latin America itself in this unit, we're not as much defining the region yet. We'll do that more in Unit 2, and we'll think about travelogues in Unit 2, what those are. But here in Unit 1, we want to think about what our attitudes toward other regions in the world are. So the videos and the readings that I have given you here help us think about some of our maybe learned or unlearned or unconscious biases as citizens of the United States toward other regions in the world. The first article talks about people who want to see problems in the global south or the third world as kind of overly simplistic or overly simply solved, and how ridiculous that would be if it were reversed. And so again, the point is to think about, do I do that? And I sure want to make sure that I don't do that when I'm studying Latin America. Also, the articles about Lochtygate from last year, if you remember, during the Olympics in Rio, are there to think about how privileged white male Americans often act in other countries. In this case, it was in Brazil, how we kind of shape our attitudes based on these cultural differences and how we think others should treat us as we go around the world. So what we're trying to do is disabuse ourselves of the kind of privilege that we have, even if we don't realize it, as U.S. citizens or people who are residents of the United States or live here in the United States, and how the rest of the world might see us so that we can better understand Latin American cultures and peoples in that region. I didn't mention the video. It's a music video for Calle 13's song Latino America. That one, of course, is in Spanish. The beginning of the video has a little bit in an indigenous language as well. If you don't understand Spanish or the little bit of Portuguese or that indigenous language, which I don't understand either, that's okay. What I want you to do is look at the images that are presented in that video and think about what they tell us or what they show us, what kinds of pictures of Latin America we get from that particular song, whether from the words, if you do speak Spanish, or especially from the photos and images that were chosen. Are the images there the things you would expect to see when you're looking at Latin America or thinking about Latin America? If so, why? And if not, what does that tell you then about Latin America? So again, just things to keep in mind as you view that, as you read the materials. You'll be tweeting about those things, so you can take any direction you want in terms of what was interesting to you, what you found striking or surprising, and write about those things on Twitter. We'll have a little bit of a conversation there, and then you'll go over to Slack into the discussion and address the specific questions that I've posed there. Again, remember, all of that is during the second week of this unit. So right now, week 1, by the Sunday the 24th, all you need to do is get comfortable with Slack and with Twitter, post your introduction, and post your first blog post on your WordPress site. Please let me know what questions you have as you go along. I'm always happy to help, and I'm more than willing to meet with you either at Westside in my office or at main campus. I'm there a couple days a week usually, so just let me know if you'd like an appointment and we can discuss the way the course is set up or how to get started with any of the tools that we're using. Welcome to the class, and I look forward to a great semester.